Hey, I'm Kev welcome back to Ride 3 as I've been doing some work or stream in Ride 3. We have gone back, completed level 3 as you can see, and done all of the issues so far for level 4. So we could, theoretically, 100% this level 4 before the end here, as we've got 3 more issues to tackle before the special episode of the MRY said FR1. But today, if we zoom in, we have got none other being Nordschleifer crossing the threshold of the Green Hell. Not really looking forward to that. Japan versus the head-to-head of the Millennium, which seems to be a bit of a longer issue. And then the Naked Trophy when everyday motorcycles released the racing spirit. So, we should just get to work, should we? So let the air from the Eiffel Plateau envelop you, and let it make you feel the smell of history and passion that permeates these spaces. This air of freedom mixed with the smell of hot tarmac and the explosive rumble of the bikes that populate the track. This place is the legendary Nürburgring Nordschleife, the Green Hell, where nature and technology intertwine to create a battlefield where only the best can come out as winners. Bloody hell. It's a war out there. As we got... I've only got 5 events. I thought, oh, hang on. This might be a long race here, the Nordschleife GP. As at the end of this, we could win the 2015 S1000RR. Don't we already have that? Was that 2017 S1200RR I'm thinking of? Don't know. But we got a point to point begin with. To the gates of hell in the first sector. And the last sector as well. As... we've got a few bikes to choose from. Oh my god. That's not even halfway. Hang on, we can choose any bike here. Should we buy some more bikes just to make it even more? Even longer here. As have we got all the Aprilias? No, we're missing one. So we're getting the RS125R. And, oh, we'll do like the old black there. And silver as well, looking pretty nice. Not in the shadows though. For some reason it just becomes, the silver becomes just all out black as well. Don't really show up. And then that's the bikes we've got. And then we've got the RSV 1000R to get. We might just go through Aprilia here because then we've got some work to do on the rest of the manufacturers, but at least we got Aprilia done, I guess, at the beginning here. So, oh, what did we do want here? What's that? Red? Oh, red, blue, and white. Don't imagine Aprilia with some blue on it. Yeah, let's go for it then. Have a different looking lily on the Aprilia. Pretty nice as well. So we're just buying Aprilias at the moment. I need to prepare before we tackle the Green Hell here. So if I sort of filter with, can I sort of filter with bikes I do own, or no, it doesn't really work. So next up is the RSV4 RF. Proper super bike here. Can also tell because you can't change the livery too. But that's a performance bike though. And then I think we only got 3 more Aprilias. We're almost there. So we've got the RSV4RR as well. Let's get on the old hands then. Get it in white. pretty swish as well, as it probably should, because it seems to be very similar bike. And then... So that's Benetti. Have we got any more Prius? We do. An RSV 1000 SP. That's a super sport bike, isn't it? Bit of a weird mix, isn't it? It's quite modern from the rear, but then you look at the front, like, oh yeah, it's from the turn of the century. And then I think that is it. We've got all the Aprias. And then, oh, we can actually get Benetti as well. So the Tornado Tray 1130. In bright yellow. Why did they move the name down? Right, it's up there, and then they're just like, just stick it in the middle. Right, so this will be the last bike, and now we're head to the Green Hell. Doesn't look pretty nice though. Okay, so now we've got to filter it by, I think, all the categories. I forgot, we've got Sport, Super Custom, Racing, Supermoto, Maxi Enduro, Naked as well. So we've got to filter by performance points, I guess. Or, hang on, what's the maximum? Hang on. Oh god, go back to the Green Hell. What's the maximum we can do? Up to 999 pp. So it's open to all bikes. Okay. Yep, I guess we just have these bikes. And then the best out of them is the Honda. These PP wise. So let's get going then. Might need to upgrade the bikes so they'll be competitive. So let's mess with... Do I have a setup? Oh, I do have a setup. Nice. It's an old setup, as you can see with... Oh, gearing in the middle. Do we need it shorter? Because the section we're going down is actually quite high speed. Probably in the middle is right. Then race options, as you can tell, I have been going through them, so time to turn it back up to, I think it was 85 we had. And then I've got to turn the fancy ready for the drag races. So we go everything back to normal, load in that AI, and let's get going. I do hate this starting the back straight though, we're not often terrible. We'll start here. As demonstrated. I already fear we're not going to do it 100% thing. We get a bit of slipstream, no? Oh, getting towards 200 miles per hour here. All over it. Oh, 206 miles per hour. Just casually cruising. Oh god. Copied the lines in front. I just noticed we're back to where we started as well. We were back to where we started. Oh, that's a dive. Gotta mess with the gearing as well, make first gear like non-existent on this bike. Cool, I hope it's not a multiple out of race that. No, sure for Grand Prix. It's a bit all over the place in front, aren't they? And brake very early as well. Oh, get out of the way, dude. Oh my god, that was close. Oh, they got first. I like how we got the second though, because nobody remembered to accelerate. Unfortunately, this is pretty flat to the finish, so I'm not sure we got enough time to gain. Have to go pretty flat through the curb. Oh, hello. 5-minute dive bomb. Run them out of roads. And win. Not bad in the end. Give us all those stars as we won by just over a tenth. Held the Kawasaki. And we've got the Honda Priya as well up there. Yamaha pretty down. And Suzuki as well. Bit surprising. But a decent start as next up it's raining. Thank you. For wet hell. As oh yeah, I've got to filter it again. So up to 900. So we tried the Honda. Ducati's meant to be better apparently, looking at those stats. And I think we've tried the Ducati. There's a bit of an annoying bike on acceleration. Should we try the Ducati though? Let's see if we can overcome it. I know it is the wet. Oh god. I've asked for trouble, haven't I? I think we have 5 events and 7 bikes there, so we should be able to show off a good variety of them. Suspension, turn it all the way down. Gearing, definitely make that much shorter. As we're in the Tristy section as well. And then we don't do anything with calibration, because if we put the gas on with high calibration, we're just going to be crashing for days. So we're going from the point we just finished at. Oh, it's not too bad on acceleration. Oh, the spray is though. Got to lift majorly through there because of the bump, which can just instantly crash you. We take it full speed. No, I didn't take advantage of the good start, did we? So everyone's dive bombing us now. Once again, I love the filters at the top showing that. Oh my god. Hey, you're on the grass. Those are the illegal moves. Get out of here. God. I don't mind this section. It's just like... Oh, it's not good on a bike. With these thick, chunky curves everywhere. Like, on a car, you can ride the curbs. But in this, you can't. The bike. God, this person's been very annoying to us. We just want clean air. To get hit from behind, thank you. Yeah, just take yourself out. Just cost us time, why don't you? Well, we're going to be lucky to get a star here. We need to take bigger advantage of that start by just sending it through that chicane section. I know we do have a flat out section here. We might be able to unleash the Ducati horses here. And I look at them. Oh god. Or the bike just cannot be asked to turn. That's acceptable as well. Or even got overtaken by the guy who just took themselves out. Yeah, I think we're sticking to the Honda for this race and redo it. Oh god. Oh, Ducati, turn. Okay, not sure what caused that. That might have been the chunky curb on the inside, but That was abysmal. Never doing an all cipher in the wet. Oh my god. Or in the fog, or in the hell, or anything. It's the last circle of hell. Fantastic. So, God, we've got to filter it every time. Why doesn't it save the filter? That would be even nicer. Because there's a Y we set to normal there as well. Makes no sense. But we need a bit of speed. It actually probably would have made more sense to do the Ducati now rather than that tricky sector, which it looks like the Aprilia probably would have been best for. So we don't have... Do we have any Yamahas? We do. It's a bit slow. Let's do this bike. What is it? The Prim? Is that how you say it? Prim? Well, it's got Unlaut. Even though I think it says a French company. Oh no, it's a German. Is it a German company? Oh, hang on, I've got to set up for this. I remember that. I think it's the proper set. Oh no, it's not the proper setup. What was I doing before? Not using the cheap ways for everything. I was thinking wide height mattered. What a fool I was. Oh, look at it's got a windscreen. Kind of glad I didn't use this bike then in the challenge before, but at least it's nice and sunny. Okay, we might retry that. Again, I was thinking I hit the curb on the inside and it just sent me into the other rider. So do I need to go around the outside here? Oh no, the bike doesn't turn. What the hell? No, did you see that? A guy got wiped out and still had his wheel up in the air. And kept going. Alright, third and final try. That's a nice rear wheel you got there, but I don't really want to get that attached to it. God, you can't go around the outside. I bet you go down the inside as well. And I've locked the rear wheel though. I was lucky to kind of skate. Oh, what the fuck? What was that? Wasn't the bike just cartwheeled there? I did that, but you know, the rear end was doing it. Oh my god, this bike doesn't turn. God, I chose the worst bikes for these challenges there, and Come on, rear, stick for me. Luckily, the lines through here, our opponents, are pretty abysmal as someone has just got married to the barrier there. So he should be able to make up some places, but I'm not sure we can make up enough to get some stars, but you never know. It's halfway through. We're already back up to 9th as someone else has decided to headbutt a barrier, which is never the greatest idea, especially around it. There's hello, buy motor. Oh, so we've got to buy some super bikes as well. We're probably looking the store after this. See if we can get any others, as someone else has decided to play stuck in the mud. Oh my god, are we seriously going to come through and win this because our opponents are abysmal around it? Oh, let's copy their lines. There we go. What is this in front? It's not freaking Salem round here. At least, well, I'm told it's not. as we go through mini carousel. I don't think we'll win it because we don't have straight line speed, but just be with the leaders at this point is ridiculous. We'll definitely take a star though. I say straight line speed was terrible. Actually, we're pretty even there. It's just because we decided to slalom with them. Otherwise, we probably could have won that. There's the KTM and Honda. Oh, that's what I want to get. I want to get the Honda. I want to get the old Fireblade. It's next up the hardest record. Oh my god, Time Attack. I didn't say I was on the races. You're on race rules. No. Okay, here we go. Let's try and get the Fireblade then. As you may see, we've got like 1.3 million in the bank, so we can probably afford it. So let's filter the bikes then. Oh, hang on. Is this for a specific... Oh, okay. It's only got the... This is more like we can just buy all the bikes available then. So we've got the Bimoda DB8 to get. And the fetching white and... What do you call that red? Just dark red? Or rouge? Yep, we know about that Ducati. And then we've got the Bimoda BB3. As once again we go with the bright and red. Prefection as well. Like most of the bikes are prefection, to be honest. You can tell I'm not a bike expert when I go like, yeah, it looks alright. It's got nothing sticking out. It's looking good. As next up, Ducati 1299 Panigale. Oh, Panigale S. No white on there, just pure red. Don't mind that though. Looking pretty mean at the front there. The old headlights. And then, hey, here we go. The Fireblades. So we've got the SBR 1000R Fireblade SP. Oh, is that the Super Sport bike? Ooh, the Repsol, the Classic livery. Let's go Classic. Doesn't look that bad. Fireblade, I mean, headlights are not as mean on the Fireblade though. But it's going to cuddle you first before it, you know, it just demolishes you when you try and ride it. Oh, this has got the Classic. Hang on. What was it? The Fire SBR 1000R Fireblade S. Hang on. Is that the same as we just got? Oh, 2014 version. Okay. I probably should have gone with the Repsol livery then for the other one. Oh, but the headlights are a bit mean on this one. And then... Oh, we're coming to the Ninjas now. So we got... Oh, we actually got a few of the Ninjas. Oh, yeah, because we've done the Ninja... We've done the Ninja, what's it, issue, haven't we, already? So we've only got the 2016 Kawasaki Ninja ZX-10R to buy. And, oh, it's got to have green on it. Come on, we're not going with all black. And no, it is mostly black, though. I like these colours if they were kind of the other way round. Not big of the massive... kind of in the middle, which is kind of mostly black. As next up, the KTM 1190 RC8R. Again, if they reversed the colours, I probably would have liked the colour scheme on this bike, but went mostly right. So mostly orange. Still looks alright though. There's only like 20 odd bikes to choose from. I'm sure we're near the end now. So we've got the Suzuki GS XR1000 to get. Oh, and that's the only Suzuki. And then, yeah, we only got Yamaha left then after this. So, yeah, give us some colour. Get that white and blue on there. Even though the blue's a bit darker shade. Or is that the normal Yamaha colours now? On Yamaha blue. So it was a bit brighter. But I'm thinking of the bikes in the GPs, in MotoGP. And then, finally, the YZF R1. And we can win it as well if we do the volume at the end of this level as well. And, oh yes. Oh, if it was like white and red, probably would have gone for that. Oh, like this, actually. I'll go with the blue. That's a gorgeous looking machine. So now we've got the full complement of choices. We've got 100 bikes as well. Can we filter by performance points? Oh yeah, it doesn't matter about R. Yeah, just do that. So only your bikes in the top performance are the ones we already own in Excite. God damn it. Oh, apart from the GSX-R 1000. But then we want a bike which handles really well. But it's got a bit of straight line speed. The Aprilia seems to be the bike for the job though. Because that handling is off the scale. It's got very good acceleration as well. Doesn't quite have the top speed though. The Honda. Again, I want to show off quite a few bikes, so let's go for the Aprilia, shall we? And this will probably take 2 or 3 attempts we will do. And then we've got the race. Should be only 1 attempt, so of course we don't have Aprilia set up. So again, Ride does not matter. Gearing's interesting, because we've been going a bit shorter, but we've got that long back straight now to contend with. Just leave it in the middle. Goes all that gas. And let's get riding then. So yeah, 3 attempts at this to be at 644.799. I'm not sure you can see that under my camera. But at least we've had practice around the green now, like we've gone through all the point-to-point bits. Oh no, did not let that rear brake. Okay. Well, we're definitely not getting the gold. Getting all 9 stars. Oh, 9 stars, hello. Now, when I did this time attack in another volume, in level 3, I think I did. It took like 50 attempts, so... Okay, not 50, 15 attempts, but... It was one of the first laps as well I managed to complete without crashing, which... If we can do it the first time on this Aprilia, I'll be very happy with. Never know how flat out to take that corner. Like, it feels like I don't actually need to dab the brakes. Oh, gearing's way too short. Damn it. Surprised we're allowed to get on the grass there. Normally that doesn't count as a lap. I'm probably just thinking of MotoGP as well. Their rules. So yeah, we've got to get out of tuck and lift majorly through here because of that bump, which has taken us down. See, there's nothing you can do there as well. If you get sucked into that bump, you can't escape it. not sure if I could maybe dab rear brake and get that to get the rear end out or something, but yeah, nothing you can really do with that, annoyingly. Okay, didn't mean to get all the way down to first. Alright, bike, I apologise. Didn't mean to get all the way down to first. Oh, God. Trying to ride the freaking curves as well. Okay, we're abolish this attempt. Does need to cool down as well. Not a good idea wearing the old hoodie. There we go. Now I feel a bit less like I'm in a furnace. A bit cooler. I hope it means a cooler head so we can stop avoiding riding these curves and actually make it through the whole lap. So that's our first attempt. We didn't even make it, what, a third of the way through the lap? Or just about a third of the way? Oh yeah, I forget, it doesn't like the rear brake. Yeah, for some reason the rear locks when you... Even if you dab the rear brake, it just locks. So I've got to use quite a lot of front. It's a bit weird on a modern bike, like, you can often get away using quite a lot of rear brake. It's a bit surprising. Like, I was reading up how they do it in MotoGP now, like how Quartararo, I think Matt Oxley did a piece in Motorsport magazine about how Quartararo utilised the rear brake in order to be really quick round there, because of course Jerez is, you know, quite a very technical circuit. Not about straight line speed, it's all about that cornering speed and how he just goes to town on the rear brake, and the MR responds to him doing that. It's really surprising it didn't affect the tyre wear in those races, because of course the temperatures was sky high. So he's able to keep a damn consistent pace for the most part, and you know, really got to town the braking. It did help that it was in clean air, because as we saw in Austria this past weekend, like bikes like the Yamaha or Suzuki really do benefit. Oh, there we go, got away with it through there. I think we used a bit of curb so we didn't get sucked into that kind of little line which sucks you into the curb. But yeah, the Yamaha and Suzuki, like, they got stuck in battles and they don't have the straight line speed to make up for that. Like, they use their cornering speed advantage when they do that. Like, you saw Alex Rins give it a good go, and Juan Mir did a very good job on that Suzuki. But the Yamahas, or Vinales, even though he had a slipping catch, Rossi did a outstanding job after having a bike fly right towards his, no, right in front of him. Same for Vinales, he had an Avinti go over him. Like, if there wasn't that air barrier there on the inside of the turn, so I shudder to think what would have happened to Vinales. But yeah, the Yamahas just struggled with those issues. Well, the works Yamahas, the Quartararo just struggled with braking. And it seemed like the same for Morbidelli as well. Like, he was battling Zarco for like, oh god, a couple, what the hell? I have no idea why the Aprilia just decided I'm going towards the sky there. I really hope they have sorted the issue with the front. Let's wait on the front. I know you have bikes revving up at the rear, like, just give weight to both sides. That'd be nice. In the old feeling. But yeah, it's
I'll be interested to see what happens this weekend, because again they're racing around Austria, even though they've made no changes to the circuit, which is a bit disappointing, Dorna. Like they could have. There's actually a short circuit there in Austria where they go to the right for turn 2. They could have used that as chicane. No doubt they could use that as chicane to slow the bikes down before the kink in turn 2 and then 3. Surely they could have done that. I was thinking about it, I'm not sure there's enough circuit there to put a chicane in on that right hand turn, but you could have used that to slow the bikes down maybe for turn 2 and 3, but I guess it doesn't matter if it's, well, let's slow them down to like 150 instead of 190. Like, it's going to be a deadly consequence whatever if it's over 100 miles per hour or even over 50 miles per hour if a bike's flinging across in front of you and you're a rider exposed on the bike. So but I hope it's the last Austrian race for MotoGP. Like, riders have been going on about it since it's been added to the calendar. Even like Casey Stoner, since it got added to the calendar, saying it's unsafe. Like, it's not so much the inside of turns 2 and 3. It's the outside, because there's no runoff on the outside of the turn. You don't really notice it in F1, for instance, or with cars racing around. But if you're on a bike where turn 2 is an actual corner, you know it. When you look on the outside and you just see, like, oh, there's a barrier there, like 10 meters away. Like, I'm considering, you know, Dieter Mateschitz, who owns another Red Bull ring, another Red Bull Maestro, owns quite a lot of things actually, doesn't he? He has a portfolio in almost anything and everything, especially in racing. Like, almost every category you will see Red Bull. But yeah, considering there's quite a lot of land there to make changes, to make the circuit safer. It's not, say, like Imola, where on the outside of Tamburello they had to put that chicane in post 94 because they can't push the wall back because there's a river on the other side. Or like El Rouge and Radion, there's a river underneath as well, and there's banks, so they can't move. They've moved that wall back as far as they can. On the outside of the Red Bull Ring, there's forests. You know, you got the old circuit behind some trees out of turns. I've gone very slow. Not even making it under 7 minutes here. Might have to stop the ranting a bit here, but yeah, there's lots of space for improvements to be made to the Red Bull Ring. And you've got the question why they haven't bothered to do it for the bikes. If they want bike racing to return, it has to be done. Like, we've had a good warning this past weekend. That crash out in MotoGP. Like, the crash in Moto2 can happen almost anywhere. Same for Moto... I guess same for the MotoGP crash. Like, if we went to Thailand, for instance, like, you can have that happen there as well. The hairpin that turns back on itself. At the Circuit of the Americas as well, at Silverstone with Magnus and Beckett's. Like, oh my god, I'm even sewing my previous up. Freaking hell, man. It's going to take some work for me to do this. But particularly Moto2 crash is one we've seen quite a few times over the years, where a bike gets loose, it's stranded in the middle of the track, someone's going to hit it, unfortunately, if you're unsighted. Like Sorin was. And incredibly, like with the MotoGP guys, he got away with But he only got away with bruising, like mostly to his hip. Morbidelli got away with bruising. Sarko had a broken finger, which got successfully operated on today. I wonder if he's going to get punished tomorrow as well, because they're having their hearing about those incidents, along with Olivier and Espargaro about their KTM implosion later in the race. Yeah, it's incredible. Probably even at the beginning of the last decades, riders probably wouldn't have walked away like that. They would have had broken bones and everything. So you really got to praise the safety advancements, particularly the leathers. Like they did their job, keeping all of those injuries to a minimum. I said to the air bag as well on the inside of turn 2, which certainly saved Vinales' life, I believe, and yeah, really did break up that Avintia to make sure it's just bits and stuff. Like at first I thought in the restart, that's why Vinales was slipping down the order. Like he was down in like 20th or something at the end of the first lap, the restarted race. So get back in the top 10, he did a really good job actually. Get back up to 10th. And be on right in the tail of the 9th. I can't remember if that's Crutcher or not. So we're 10 seconds quicker. Oh yeah, I had a crash, didn't I? That's why I was very slow in this sector. See, I remember things. So we're 10 seconds quicker. We're getting one start. And then we're less than 10 seconds off the 3-start. No, 3-star should I say. And then we're less than 10 seconds off the 9-star pace. So I'll be pretty happy with that, though. That's a manageable gap to work up to and close. Which doesn't sound it. Like, oh, you got 10 seconds to make up. Like, believe me, this is like, oh god, 70% riding. Especially if I'm making stupid mistakes like that. Yeah, in general, the circuit safety's been pretty good in MotoGP, especially after we had the Lewis Somme accident at Barcelona. God, it's 3 or 4 years ago now. Still feels like yesterday, unfortunately. He lost his life in that accident, but they pushed back the barrier at Barcelona as much as they can. So that's why they can take that final corner again. They took the chicane the year after, which confused the hell out of a couple of riders. I remember Jack Miller taking the wrong chicane in practice, and I think he actually got penalised for that. Even though you can understand why he got confused, because they were taking a different chicane from the F1 one. Like there's 2 different chicanes there. You might have noticed it in the F1 race. So you got one that's like halfway down, and then you got the F1 one, which is kind of near the end of the little split off from the original circuit. And yeah, Miller took the F1 one instead of the middle split. But then they changed it for the race, I remember, to the F1 one. So he actually took the proper one, just at the wrong time. Even though I don't feel like they should be racing at Barcelona, because they have such a big issue at the end of the back straight. Because of that large chicane that they have for the F1, they can't push the wall back so that the bikes can safely take the long left hander that sweeps into the right hander, you know, like the original Barcelona circuit. They have to take the F1 hairpin, which is just way too unsafe for the bikes. I think it was last year or the year before, we saw almost like 10 riders crash at that freaking hairpin because they kept tucking the front. I remember we saw Lorenzo as well just dive into people there, because he tried an overtake manoeuvre and fortunately he wiped out. I remember Dovi. Was it both the Ducatis he wiped out? There's a Yamaha as well. Yeah, it was last year, wasn't it? Because he was on the Honda. It was his first competitive race in the Honda, and then that happened. So this is close to the 3 stars, which... Oh, you can actually see all of them. Yeah, we're close to the 3 stars, though. So we're about 6:30, so it takes, what, 20 seconds from here? I think. Well, gearing is way too short. We definitely need to extend 6th gear. Or it might be 25 seconds. Oh, it is actually going to be close. Do not use the rear brake. Go, bike, go. Oh, bike, come on. 6:58 in the end. Shall I do one more of that? Because I feel like I can get the 3 stars at least. Because I feel like I got into a bit of a rhythm around it. I know it doesn't look like it, but... Oh my god. It's just... I think the Fireblade is just the best bike round it. Like, unless I upgrade the other bikes. Like, Fireblade's got the traction, got the handling. And got the speed and acceleration as well. It's all a second quicker. So yeah, Austria, big warning. And you know, if it's not on the calendar, same for, as I said, Barcelona. Don't. The annoying thing is they need to get rid of that final chicane so they can make the circuit safe for the bikes. With that longer sweeping left-hander. But then they keep the chicane because they got the F1 race, and even though F1 had a chance to walk away from Barcelona last year, they decided to renew the contract, which after this past weekend is still bewildering most people. I think why we're having a race around Barcelona. Oh, it got in the curb. Oh, we slowed it down. Got away with it. I've never had that with like the iRacing version or any of like that, where there's that, it seems like you get sucked on wheels through there. It's very weird. I know there's bumps there, but I never had a kind of actual rail in the middle of that corner. It's nicely wide. God, I'm braking like I'm in the Suzuki in the MotoGP at the moment. But I'm so timid on the brakes. It doesn't help that I can't reuse the rear brake as well on this bike, because I have no idea why we crashed there. I'm guessing it's the curb again, even though I was close in the first part, like I was actually going away from the curb. I'm guessing we clipped it. Which is damn annoying, because that was much quicker than the previous one. And now we're probably way slower, so... Oh yeah, just do a little photo. Just need to move that. Oh, look how grubby this Aprilia is as well. I like this actually. I never really... Look at all the dirt and grime on it. Never really noticed that before actually, on the bikes. And that's pretty cool actually. Oh yeah. You leave in the corner. Or get the old sun flare in as well. Looks okay. So I just need to remove myself so I can actually have that as the thumbnail. Probably relieving actually not to have my face on there, especially with the way my hair is at the moment. Definitely need to get an old haircut booked in. Like I thought I'd do it not at first to avoid the rush. But now it's getting to the point where it's actually just laziness preventing me from... I'll get my haircut as... Can we exit? There we go. Thank you. So we're just 15 seconds off. Or 14 seconds, but yeah, definitely... Oh, 13 and a half, but definitely time to find there. So yeah, lastly, in the green hell then, we've got the GP. 13 miles of sunshine, apparently, they say. Not sure about that. As what have we been? So we've been the Aprilia, Ducati, Honda, I don't know how to say it. That leaves us the Suzuki. What a Yamaha to be. And it looks like the Suzuki's a bit better than the old Yamaha. Much better top speed, better acceleration. Yamaha's got better handling and better braking. But we're not stopping for corners. Not going round them either. We'll just use the barriers. Sean Ralph at speed. So we're competing in MotoGP, World Superbike Championship and the Tourist Trophy. Oh, and that's the bike we did the issue on, wasn't it? Level 3. Do we have a setup? No. We just bought it, didn't we? Of course we don't have a setup. Let's see how long this race is. I'm hoping it's just a one lapper. Oh yeah, I need it a bit longer. I definitely need to get upgrades as well if I'm going to be quick round here, because you can see that. Oh, that top is. Hang on, I don't get that. I swear it said 200 the first time we went, and now it says now it's saying 189. That's another little thing you've got to work on, Milestone, and Race Info actually telling us how long the race is before we enter it. But I reckon it's going to be a 2-lapper. Yeah. Or the argy-bargy heading towards the first corner. Hello. Or mega acceleration. Now, because again our opponents are a bit erratic around this circuit, we have a good chance of winning it. It's all down the inside. So you've had good practice for this race now, with that time attack. Oh, hello Yamaha. Thank you. Playing bumper bikes. So we're on the out. Oh. Oi, Yamaha. Oh, another Yamaha as well. God, we're finding all the Yamahas. Let's take the lead. Neville with Giuseppe. And now, oh god, Edo Giuseppe. Let's go a bit wide there. But there's no real room to fight back. Especially with how they're not exactly perfect around the corners round here, so can hold on easily. Oh, we're still short on gears. Or short on gearing, should I say. If we're almost topping out there, then again we're going to be sucked up on the back straight. Let's try and put away through here. So again, I've got to take a bit of a wider line here. But then in not so wider line that I get, you know, out into the barrier. So we've got a 5-second lead. Kind of like the sound of this Suzuki. I'm not sure you can hear it if I just shut up for a second. You can hear. I'm not sure if what that sound means. Is that like a vibration of? Yeah, you got two distinctly different sounds of the engine here. You've got the main sound you can hear, but then there's a very quiet sound as well, which kind of adds to the depth of the engine sounds, which is pretty rare actually in this title, which is pretty cool actually. So even though the engine sounds might not be the best, it's got a bit of depth to it, which is something I like to see in Ride 4. With quite a lot of the engine sounds. It's all downhill through the left, a bit wide. But this is like time attack, isn't it, for us? I bet I'm going to do like a 640 or something and be like, well, why couldn't I have done that just now? Yeah, I was thinking of the calendar after that Austria race for MotoGP. thinking of the safety, because David Emmett, who does, you know, Moto Matters, one of the best websites for coverage of bike racing, he posed a question of what is safe and unsafe, like which circuits are over that line. I was surprised no one really mentioned Misano, considering we actually had a fatal accident there back in Moto 2 back in 2010 because of the danger of the circuit, which is those sweeping right-hand corners for the bikes. Like in the cars, it's okay. Like you see GTs and DTM, etc., like race around there, and they go through there fine. But for the bikes, like that close to sweeping through them at around, I guess on MotoGP bike, it'd be like 190 to 170, down to 150 maybe. Like it's insane section of track. And again, just like if you lose the bike, like unfortunately happened in Moto 2, you're like, it can, yeah, lead to what's your devastating consequences. So, you could probably pick like half the circuits on the calendar that are kind of borderline for bike safety or racing, but I guess we have the same like almost every sports calendar. Like, why did I race at 230 miles per hour on an oval in IndyCar? Like, or just race ovals. Like, it's a much, much higher risk than, well, I'll say much, much higher. It's a bigger risk, shall we say, of accidents happening, say like Robert Wickens. If that happened on a road course, well, there'd be runoff on the outside, for instance, instead of catch fencing. I remember Justin Wilson, like, unfortunately it was a few months before he passed away at Pocono, back in 2015. God, we're coming up to the 5th year anniversary of that as well. Jesus. He actually came up with the idea of changing the way ovals nut, because the reason we have catch fencing is because we have the crowd on the outside of an oval. Like, you thought we could maybe move the crowd to the inside of an oval? And of course you don't want cars just flying off, off the circuit. And yeah, so you could have different materials on the outside rather than catch fencing then. And all the spectators will save because they're on the inside. Like, so it cuts out spectator, issues of their safety. And it opens up an avenue of looking at different ways of protecting cars and keeping them on the ovals, like if they had an accident on the outside. Because he was also thinking of, say, Dan Weldon, who died in 2011 in Las Vegas because he hit a pole at unimaginable speeds. Unfortunately, hit it directly, and that's why he passed away. But yeah, it was an interesting idea. Unfortunately, not practical because all ovals are made with, spectators on the outside. Almost, well, I think every oval does. Like, there are ovals of inside, areas for spectators. I know, famous for IndyCar, they have like the snake pit and section and everything at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But yeah, it was an interesting idea of how to move forward oval safety, and unfortunately since then nothing's really happened in oval safety. Like, we have safer barriers, which was an invention for like 20 years ago now, or just under 20. Same for the hands device for the drivers. We've got the aero screen, or just a massive windscreen. I don't know why they call it an aero screen. It's just a windscreen you put on the car, okay? Calm down with the fancy name. Yeah, we've got that on the Indy cars now, so, and they have strengthened the cars as well, like side impacts. And that was actually after a Wilson crash in Fontana back in, I think it was 2012, 2013, where the side of his cockpit got pierced. And so they expanded the cockpit as well. And after Hinchcliffe's Indy crash in 2015, where suspension pierced him and almost killed him due to blood loss, like they've changed the kind of layout of the suspension as well. But they've done almost everything they can to the cars. It's time to look at, you know, the ovals and again, and try and improve, try and move on from catch fencing if possible at all. Because I remember after the Weldon crash, there was so many suggestions like doing, and after the Wickens crash as well, like having, say, ice hockey plexiglass on the outside or something like that. Which is alright, but it was just, one, is it strong enough to hold a heavy race car in? What happens if it breaks the plexiglass as well? Like, you got no safety net there. And two, if it is strong enough, it's just going to hit the car back onto the track. The car's going, as I said, up to like 230 miles per hour, Indy. Like, it's a very tricky question to answer, as it is with all safety elements. Especially when you're talking about improving tracks, such as the Red Bull Ring. Particularly tracks that are difficult to improve, such as ovals. And that's why I'm here just ranting on my chair when there's much, much smarter people who are on looking into those solutions. Like, I hope F1 copies IndyCar and basically nicks the windscreen as the next step, because the Halo is basically a Halo with a windscreen on top. Like, at first this season, there were kind of issues with cooling, like on the road courses, because you don't get any breathing room compared to an oval. So that could be a big issue for F1, of course, with the amount of G-force they have to sustain and endure in the braking zones, and then being racing for like an hour and a half, like 50, 60, 70 odd laps. Like, I could see that being a big issue for F1, and so IndyCar kind of working through that this season. Like, it's got better, but they've made slots in the aero screen, they've done it in the car as well, redirected how they're going to do, because the drivers have a tube on their helmet now to redirect air in, because of course they're not getting the air in their face with a screen in front. But then that's had issues as well, taking in some dirt and muck and stuff instead of actual cool air. So they redirected that and redesigned that as well. But we need to wait until IndyCar has a car integrated with this aero screen, like invented with the aero screen in mind, because this has been chucked on top of the W12 chassis with the IR18 aero kit. So you've got three different elements there trying to work together, which you just need it as one cohesive unit. And I think if IndyCar demonstrates that in the next season or two, maybe we don't even have to wait until they bring out a new car, which they're aiming for, I think it's 2024. It was going to be actually this season or next season. Oh no, it's going to be 2019, because they had 3 and 3. But then they came up with the aero kit instead. So I think it's 2022 now, which probably be delayed till 2023. was caused pandemic. So yeah, everyone might not have to wait even that long, I don't think, to implement it, because they've got new cars coming in 2022. It'd be the perfect time to introduce them. But then it seems like they are just waiting. So even if they are on the new generation of cars, they probably have to. It'd probably just be slapped on like Indigo, and like with the halos at first. So enough ranting. We do a 637.4, so we actually haven't gone much quicker, but an easy win to round out our visit to the Green Hell. I would definitely take that. And we were 10 seconds ahead of the Yamahas. Or MV Augusta in there. By Moda, Honda. Hang on, we had a Mr. Martini flashback. What the hell is that doing in there? Come on. How is that going to compete with us? Getting a bit cheeky there, Milestone. Alright. So we've got 2 events, which we basically have not done. And those... So apart from that, we've got stars everywhere else, though. So I'll take that. Run half the stars after a visit to the Green Hell. As next up, we've got Japan versus the head of the Millennium. As I'll take a break. Sponsored by Coke Zero. Or not. As here we go then. Japan versus Italy. A strong rivalry between the Japanese and Italian constructors that existed for as long as sport therein has. On one hand, Japanese culture driven by precision and research into power. On the other, Italian's creativity, always ready to reveal innovative chassis and mechanical innovations. 2 different philosophies with the same passion. The same passion which enables them to help motorbikes fans unleash their pent-up energy with a twist of the throttle. So yeah, we've got a championship at the end. So we've got 5 normal events in the championship. That's what we're fighting for. By Moda. Testy 1D ES 1992. So first up, the Way of the Samurai in Okayama. And we're up to 600 PP. So there we go. Oh, we've got no bikes there. All the bikes are rubbish. What the hell? Okay, do we own all the bikes we can get? Oh no, hang on. We got a Fireblade available. CBR 900RR. Has a bit of a wild livery. I do normally like the yellow and blue, but I think we've got to go with... Yeah, go with the mostly red one. Definitely a 90s paint scheme, that is. So, what else is there to get? There's only a couple more bikes to get. We really are trying to add to our tally. So, next up, the Honda VTR 1000 SP2. Which actually is a bit better. Not as radical a paint scheme this time. Oh, the Castrol Honda livery. Oh, I got to. For old time's sake. Now, if you grew up with superbikes in the 90s, you'd definitely recognise that bike in the early thousands. As finally, we have got the Suzuki TL 1000R. As one a bit more colourful than that black. Oh, the yellow and black. Looking lovely. Yes, there we go. So, what's our best bike then? Oh, the Yamaha! I remember you from the drag racing. For some reason that's... In the drag races, I thought it's just RNG, but there's actually certain bikes where they just go slower for them. And the Yamaha is one of them. So, if you avoid getting another Yamaha, you win. If you do get another Yamaha, you come second. So, there's still a bit of RNG, but yeah, there are certain bikes where it goes fast for. Because I thought, oh, this Bimoda is much quicker, but no. No, if you got the Bimoda, you're getting second at best. So, oh yeah, we're doing racing, aren't we? So, what bike should we choose for? I'm tempted to go with the Bimoda. But we are in Japan. I think we should go with the Yamaha. We'll try and stick with the Japanese and Italian bikes as such for their circuits. So we are in Nokayama. So I should have a drag race set. Oh, I don't. I didn't save it. Oh, much shorter than the old gearing. Even though there's quite a long back straight here. Again, it's that kind of second after that where it would be a bit quicker in the first bit as well. With the kind of S's. Don't mind us. With our insane acceleration, thanks to the upgrades. Mind us going wide though. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta be careful of being on the curb as well. That's me just upgrading myself again. So a level of Christian who backs out of it. So we take the lead. Braking a bit earlier this time. We get nicely all through the chicane. But Yamaha says hi to the crowds. Big crowd here in Japan for this Japan V2 race. It's all a bit wide. Nice and smooth. There we go. Kind of seeing this battle in MotoGP at the moment as well. Like, again from that Matt Oxley article in Motorsport magazine, like he was talking how Ducati still got the same characteristics, quick round down the straights, getting a bit worse around the corners. Like they can't brake as well as they could. Like Dovi in particular was finding it difficult. And Petrucci as well, riding with the new rear tyre they have in MotoGP this year. So he can't ride as like he wants to because you have to use a bit less rear brake. And then last year, that's what he used to be really quick, like using most of the rear brake. They're like Quartararo this season. So yeah, he's having to adjust his riding style, and Dovi has as well. Seems like Dovi's adjusted quicker. I would not be surprised if he leads the champs as well after this weekend. The way Quartararo is struggling around there with his tyres. But yeah, he was talking about how Ducati still basically the same from when it was when it entered MotoGP. It's a bit more rideable now, the bike. Much more rideable than it was back in, 2004 when they entered with Capirossi and Bayliss. But then like the likes of the Suzuki and Yamaha are very good round the corners, just lacking straight line speed in comparison to Ducati. There's all one to the final lap already. God, we're blitzing through these laps. But then you have KTM, which is a mixture of the two, where there's somehow have a very quick bite in a straight line, like slightly slower than the Ducati. But this year they've managed to work out how to put the power down and make it manageable out the corners and to carry the straight line, carry that speed through the corner. A bit like the Suzuki's and Yamaha. So you've got this Austrian constructor in the middle here, just coming out of nowhere. Winning their first race at MotoGP level with Brad Binder, and could have won their home race with pole. That red flag didn't happen. He didn't have that horrendous accident because he was flying away. But then for the restart, he had no new medium tyres like he had on in the first part. He had to go into softs and he just could not ride how he wanted to with that. Yeah, they could have won in the res as well because Brad Binder was like among the quickest riders, but he had a couple of mistakes in the races. So he was stuck at the back, barely scoring points. So yeah, it's really interesting this season with Marquez, you know, having his time off, how it's really opened up the championship. There we go, over 1 million. Great, it's an easy victory. Unfortunately, Aprilia was still lacking, but if they get Dovi, I'm excited for Aprilia because they have improved. I think Espargaro, you know, qualifying right up there once again. As we're heading to Imola for another race, and so we'll be on an Italian bike. So what Italian bike should we be on? It's got to be Ducati, hasn't it? But which Ducati? Well, let's be on the 92 bike, shall we? This is the one we bought, isn't it? At the beginning. Go on, we found to speak English just over an hour in. But yeah, you have a Aprilia. They're still classified as a satellite team because they're a Gresini, even though they're a factory outfit. It's a pretty weird situation there. But yeah, with Espargaro, like, they have to won that pace. It's just getting it to get in the race. Like, he just struggled as the race went on, Espargaro. But with Dovi there, I'd be interested to see if he could improve the situation. I know he's perhaps not renowned as the best there, because if you've seen what Ducati have been doing during this time, they made a big step up with, in particular with like the ECU rules, and then when we've had standardised ECUs for the last couple of years, the advantage has slightly gone. So, oh my god, this thing's a beast. Sticking to the road. And this comes from a Dovi van, remember, like, he's my guy in MotoGP. But even I can understand they haven't stepped forward as much as, or kept that step forward as much as they probably should have the last couple of years, the way Marquez has just been able to rule the roost. Then you're seeing how not strong the Honda is with no Marquez there, so it really is proving that, you know, a rider can make a bike really good. It's actually pretty cool to think about it, because I mostly watch car racing where it is very dependent on how good your car is. Even in IndyCar or F2, it's dependent on how good your team is around the car. And you have that situation in MotoGP because, you know, Avintior, oh god, we've got a 2/10 penalty for doing that. Because Avintior suddenly up there with Zarco. With a bit more technical support from Ducati, having both of them having just 1-year-old bikes, him and Rabat. And it's showing. Even though they're the smallest team on the grid, they're getting poles and podiums now, which is really cool. Also, I'm a bit of a Ruben Saus fan from when he was riding. So yeah, it's cool seeing his team being right up there. It's like following like Minardi again, or something like that, or Jordan. Like following them, but Get out of it. Oh, you can really use the rear brake on this as well. Really stop on a dime, but... yeah, Dovi at Aprilia, it's probably his only option in MotoGP now, because there could be an Avintia seat open. But then it looks like Ducati are getting Jorge Martin. Now, the former KTM man in Moto2 just won his first Moto2 race, I think, at the weekend. That's a massive get for Ducati, because they have a long core there. You know, you've got Miller who's 25, you've got Bagnaia who's in early 20s, and you've got Martin as well. Sarko's the old man at 30. But even then, he's probably got at least 5 years maybe at MotoGP if he can keep himself healthy. And Dovi's what, approaching his mid-30s now. But I've really experienced alongside Espargaro, like, I don't know, could really push Aprilia forward. But then they're waiting on what's happened to the other Andrea Iannone with his doping charges. Like, they pushed it back to October now, he's hearing. And Bradley's just doing an okay job on that. He's been consistently in the points, actually. Even though he's not got the high side of Espargaro, can get you qualifying in the top 5 and top 10 results in the races. Like, Smith's tugged away, getting the points finishes. He's been pretty consistent, which is probably what you can ask for from what is basically a test rider in your race team. Even though Smith has, you know, over, was it 100 Grand Prix worth of experience, over 200 I think. You had all the categories. And he's one of the most experienced riders out there on the grid. Even though he's not 30, I don't think, as well, Smith. I think he's like 20 out 29. Like, as a Brit, I remember following him back in 125cc, because he was... well, Spritz is pretty rare, seeing someone who's pretty quick in the bottom class. And he was challenging for the title back in... what, 2011, I think it was 2010 or 2011. With Simeon. Even though Simeon won the title, like, Smith was second. And then he was decent at Moto too, like won races, came in the top 10 in the championship. But then we had Scott Redding come along and just blow Smith away, unfortunately. For like our attention as the up and coming Brits on the GP scene. And he was decent at first for Tech 3, Yamaha. But then Pol Espargaro just got better. That's the same with KTM as well. So that's why Smith is now, you know, with Aprilia. And then Scott Redding, again, he looked promising at MotoGP level. Like, he got a podium as well. But then alongside Petrucci, just issues with like injuries, just not being able to find the best form in his last couple of years in MotoGP. So he went back to British Superbikes last year, won the championship, now fighting for the World Superbike crown. But even if he wins that, I don't think Ducati will have him back, because again, he's like 28. Hey, 200 events won. That's a comfortable victory there. Well, that bike was superb at Ducati. That's another single race. Round to go. Oh, I'm tempted to try out the Castrol Honda. Is that actually that good though? Looks like Suzuki's a bit better. So we got our Yamaha, we've tried that out. Got Suzuki. What's that? Oh, by Moders, don't really want to try them out. Yeah, I think I've got to try out the Suzuki. Sorry, Castrol Honda. And yeah, I think he's stated as well he wants to win, like, even if he wins a couple of championships, like, with his age, like, it probably won't be back at Ducati. It's a bit disappointing. Or back in MotoGP. The same with Jonathan Rea as well. Like, even though he's won multiple Superbike championships, like, why would he swap that for a mid-tier MotoGP seat now? And again, he's in his 30s, so... Even though I remember, what was it, in 2012, he had a couple of GPs with Honda. Did alright. Now it's just, you know, way too late for him. I'm not sure if that gearing's too short, or too long, should I say. Now we've got the back... Again, it's the back straights I've got to be thinking of. So yeah, as much as I'm rooting for Scott Redding this season... Like, I like Jonathan Rea, but... Redding on Ducati... You know, a Brit on Ducati like I grew up with Cole Fogarty, Neil Hodgson, James Townsend, like... Thought you got to root for them. Like Chaz Davies as well in recent years, even though he's been very up and down. And it's probably his last season as well with Ducati. From what I can tell, from all the rumours and everything. Oh, I do hate that right-hander. Like, the rear's like sliding out there. But then you need a smooth exit so you have the straight line sweep on his back straight, so... It doesn't quite work out that way. God, really can slam the rear brakes in this. It's really surprising. Oh god. As demonstrated there, we can slam the opponents as well. See, I'm not sure who we will see from Superbikes go over to Grand Prix racing, because there's such a good system now with Moto2 and Moto3. You feed them into MotoGP. And they've kind of settled into this 2-year contract cycle. Like, Dovi's a rarity with Ducati having it like yearly. At least for this year and what was supposed to be next year as well. Until they both just kind of gave up on each other. Particularly on Dovi's side, like he's... Again, I'm a bit biased here, being a Dovi fan, but Ducati are rubbish at treating their riders. You just have to look at what happened to Alvaro Bautista in Superbikes last season. He was sailing in the World Championship. Then he had a couple of bad races. And then the Ducati boss Stefano Cardi just got on him. Next thing you know, he's lost the championship and he's off to Honda. Like, massive breakdown what happened there. And I fear that's the same for Redding. I have no idea how Davies has lasted there so long. When he's, you know, battled Ray and the likes of Sykes as well for the championship and not won one. He's getting towards that category of being the best riders not to win one, but so the past couple of seasons, not sure he kind of belongs in that category now. Thank you. Oh, it doesn't know we're even going to get some stars here. Top 3 have sailed away from us. But Insugo is probably my weakest circuit out of the 3 so far. And so yeah, Dovi, from what I've seen from all his quotes, especially from his manager, like, just didn't have belief in the Ducati team. And it sounds like they didn't have much belief in him either. Especially if you watch that documentary from last season they had on the 2019 season. I forget the name of it now. I think it's like called Undaunted or something. It's on Red Bull TV. Like, man, just the... Basically, it's just Ducati blaming Dovi for not being Marquez. There's only one Marquez, man. Like, come on. You got the second best rider You're not. Doesn't seem like you're backing him. Like, there's something wrong with the culture there. Especially as it doesn't seem like. What's it, the Ducati boss as well in MotoGP? Like, it's barely on speaking terms with Dovi, so. Is it DG Gelina? Gelina? I forget how you say his surname. Like, with every kind of driver or rider, like, you need an atmosphere around you to perform. You can just see it through careers as well, when drivers or riders getting support. Oh, suddenly they're getting results. What a shot. And then when they're forced to play like second fiddle to a rider or just not getting that support, oh, they're not performing as well. Why is that? Like, you just look at the careers of, say, the biggest example I can think of off the top of my head is Heitfeld Frentzen in F1. Like, he got support at Sauber, he performed pretty well. He got the Williams drive, didn't get support there, didn't perform that well. And then he got support at Jordan at first, performed really well, battled for a title. That was disappointing not getting any stars. And then, towards the end of Jordan, didn't perform well, didn't get the support. Did well at Arrows before they, unfortunately, got put in administration and got liquidated, and then performed well at Sauber in his final season. Like, as he enter Monza. Do I do another Ducati? That's Ducati Road, wasn't it? Well, we could try the 851 SP2. 1990. So yeah, it just looks like just a breakdown at Ducati. I hope Jack Miller does well there. Even Casey Stone has been critical of, Ducati not backing Dovi as well. Which from there, the best rider Ducati has ever had. It's pretty cool to see. Like, I wasn't sure of Stoner in MotoGP, but it seems like on social media he seems to be a pretty nice person. And of course, I always like people who just are drawn to riders and drivers who don't care what they say. Like, even if sometimes I don't agree with it, like, it's kind of what I'm drawn to. So yeah, I was too big a Pedrosa fan when Stoner was in MotoGP, so I never really kind of appreciated him that much. Yes, thank you. Oi, stop leaning on me. Seems like we've got the gearing right. Well, we took back in some of that top end speed. So you need to clear this rider because the top 5 are already getting away. You can cheat that curb as well on the entrance like that. Don't get penalised for that. You can't cheat the one on the exit though, because you got that Sochi curb on the inside as you go through the Desmos. Talking about circuits unsafe for motorbikes, look at that freaking warning inside. Like, it's really surprising that Superbikes rode here for so long. Oh, get out of the way. It's like when they suggested Spa for MotoGP and everyone was just like, how are they going to take Al Rouge and Radion, mate? Like, you're crazy. It's bad enough in cars. Having bikes over that as well? No. So yeah, I wish well for Jack Miller. Like, oh god, take him out. Okay, you're not meant to take the grass on the inside of the power barker. I'm really excited to see him lead a team as well. Like, he's done really well on the Prem the last couple of seasons. Based on that third factory bike. So when he's in the big team, I hope he's not... doesn't go downhill for him. To get an 8th attempt penalty. And we get some curb hopping as well. Because that's the thing I feel for Quartararo as well, when he steps up to the factory team next season. Like, he's joining a team that's, you know, split between Vinales and Rossi. But then that's a team that's been so inconsistent. Like, Quartararo's was more consistent on the Petronas bike last season. Like, for overall pace throughout the season. And I understand he didn't get the results all the time. Yeah, and you just see how he works alongside Vinales. If there is improvement for Yamaha as well. Because Quartararo again has done well in that basically third factory seat. With Petronas Yamaha. So we're catching back up to the big boys. Did not expect this. Maybe you can win this sim even with this 8th attempt penalty. I was trying to go to the outside, but then everyone's been still on the inside of that corner. Come on, Ducati power. We're down to the final lap. So we'll get out of it. Where's our toe? Well, it can definitely be much more daring on the old brakes. So we're getting a star. No, we're getting towed. Damn it. Get away from us. I thought I had the gear in good, but obviously not. So around the outside. Get back here, leader. They're all together, weren't they, when we joined back up? And now the leader suddenly found a couple of seconds. How interesting. Once again, this Ducati handles like a dream. So it'd be interesting to see what happens to Dovi. As I said, I'm hoping he goes to Aprilia. Like, he says he wants to stay in MotoGP, from what I understand from all his statements, so... I know, again, for a Brit like me, it would mean Crutcher will probably be out of MotoGP. Because he was being eyed up for that Aprilia seat. I wonder how KTM feels signing Petrucci so early as well, like with Dovi now available. I can't believe someone actually asked the Ducati boss if they were going to take out contracts to sign Dovi, like. I think as much as they want to, I think, you know, they've made their bed now, they're not gonna change it. Even though I think Dovi could do wonders on that KTM as well, like. He could challenge for a title with the KTM the way it is this season. I think Binder will in the future on that. That's not so bad. Getting second despite us kissing tarmac in the middle of that race. And so we got Gardia Lake. So we've got to be back on the Italian bike. And that's probably going to need a Aprilia, isn't it? I think we've run out of Ducatis. No, we had 2 of them. Oh no, we have 3 of them. Oh yeah, we had the one we just rode. Oh, we got the original 851, but it doesn't seem to be that good. So yeah, let's be on the Aprilia. And Garda Lake is definitely one of our circuits though, so if we don't win here, you know we've done badly. So definitely turn that down. There'll probably be short actually of gearing, but there's not as long as straights here. Because the flat out section you have kind of middle of the lap you have to lift for. Oh, the Pria's decent accelerating. Always with the anti-wheelie get starts like that, not with it off. So right on the back of the old Suzuki. So yeah, probably next year for Ducati we'll see. Actually, next year for the grid's virtually signed. It's just Premac, Avintia, and then Aprilia off the top of my head. Because KTM have locked up. Yamaha have locked up. Honda are as well. Yeah. So let's just hear those seats. Now if Aprilia do get Dobby, like there might be, but they would have no excuses not to improve. Really having a rider who's challenged for the title there. You know, he's the most recent winner in MotoGP as well. The weekend. I do hope Aprilia improve because I don't know. I get the feeling if they don't improve, I do wonder what happened to Cressini. Because they used to be with, was it Honda, Ducati? Yeah, Ducati as well, weren't they? They had their best days with Honda. It's always at the barrier in front. I wonder if Suzuki will ever be tempted to have them as like a satellite team in the future. Even though Suzuki's doing really well and they're not really that fussed about having a satellite team. When foreign manufacturers do, like, have all that data on hand, especially nowadays with how competitive and how close it is. Never hurts having a satellite team. No, that's why I partially went for like Hurt Suzuki as well. I thought it'd be cool seeing Suzuki with a satellite team again. The old MotoGP career. But yeah, we're probably talking years and years and years in the future, like. Like for the moment, Priya are improving, getting better. Oh, so should win here. Look at us, we're barely clinging on to the top three. With our Priya. Should be able to at least get second. I'm not sure about the leader though. He seems to just have enough pace. So anyway, the Trobson twosome in front. Oh, I was too slow in that corner. Should have launched past these two. Yes, hello, leader. Might start getting the magic juice, start speeding up by a couple of seconds compared to the riders behind. So yeah, I wonder if Zarco fits into Premac next year alongside Martin, having experience riding alongside him. Result is at the bar, yep. Thank you first. Then who would you have at a Vinter? Like, maybe Rabat still stays? Who you have alongside him? That's a big question still for next season is, okay, we can't do that on the final, that. That'd be a bit further ahead. I finally got a breaking point to this first corner. There's like gap on the fence on the left hand side. It took me till the last, not the last stream, but the stream before to realise that. In overall, like almost 2 years to figure that out. Let's get back here. Well, we are short on gearing. Oh, break. Oh, thought it was a goner then. Because remember, after this we've got a championship as well, so I'm interested to see if that's 3 or 4 races. And where we'll go. If it'd just be the circuits we've just been to, would probably be likely. No, it can't be everyone, can it? This is a 5-race championship. Here we go, let's better through that kink. Oh, that's close to the inside. Should dip it down the inside it. No, should be able to put away. What's going on with this dash? What's meant to be on the right hand side? Oh, he tries to take us out, the Yamaha. Takes themselves out. What's your name? Espargaro? Come on. I do feel sorry for Paul as well, but like 2 races on the trot, same mistake, same outcome for him. And he sees his teammate win KTM's first race when he's been with them since the beginning. I wonder what the stewards will say to him as well tomorrow. Like he literally just had racing instance by himself, but then, oh, there's another rider there. Because he went wide, I think, in both corners. And then when he swept back onto the line, he took out Zarco last week, and then Oliveira this week. Oh, that was close. Where did 3rd place come from? What the hell? Got the victory though. Got the victory. 29 thousandths of a second. Oh, Ducati Power almost got us. Almost got us though. Yeah, 4 races. Oh, we've got Frankie Cordia as well. And Vallelunga. Yokoyama and Sugo in the wet. Fantastic. So, what bikes have we not ready? If we're in the Yamaha, Suzuki. Oh, hello. It could be Castrol Honda time. It's got to be Castrol Honda time, isn't it? I'm not fussed about trying out the Bimoda, because we've ridden that before. So, here we go with the nostalgia goggles. There you go. After the World Superbike Championship 2000. This bike back to victory in 2002 Superbike World Championship. One of the best championships as well. That World Superbike Championship. Back in Troy Bayliss. Of course, being a Ducati fan was root for Bayliss, but I don't mind Colin Edwards the rider. Not a big fan of the person from what I've seen, but so we'll make it Yeah, make it quite short gearing. Yeah, I was a big fan of Troy Bayliss as well. That's why he surprised me a bit more while I was on the Casey Stoner fan during his riding days. Especially with that riding style as well. I had the Danny goggles on. Too busy following Pedrosa. Like nowadays, I like quite a few riders and drivers. Like, especially with car race, and I'm not as focused on one driver or driver to support. Bike racing, I still have, you know, my favourites that are above everyone else. But on the car side, it's not really the case. Because I remember when I first got into F1, I was the Schumacher fan. Well, I was a Ferrari fan and then a Schumacher fan. But then I also like Jack Villeneuve for Williams because, like I said, I like outspoken personalities, and there's a breath of fresh air in F1 back then. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't know the course we were riding around there. We'll do this again. I probably should have nuked it out at the beginning, shouldn't I? That's what you're doing by mode on the front row. Shocking start. So yeah, when their Res 97 happened, I had a bit of conflict of interest then. And I was more a Schumi fan, so I was like, oh, I hope you take Villeneuve out like that. Just demonstrate what happened, you know. If you're not an F1 fan. But yeah, but this was young me. I was like 8 when that happened. So I still like both drivers after that. I know by the early thousands I started to not like Schumacher as much. Because after there was Villeneuve at Williams, you had Montoya, and I was a big Montoya fan. Oh my god, they've done the same thing. I'm down your inside. Stop riding into me. Right, third and... Oh, is this the third and final go? I don't know, we'll make this the final go. If we get taken out, say la vie. Bit of a different line. Oh. Okay, I braked much harder then. Nice elbows you got there, Honda rider. So yeah, by the early fans, I really like Montoya. Still do. I'm not as big a fan of Villeneuve now, but... But yeah, I really do still like Montoya. And so yeah, when he started battling Schumacher, I was like, a bit more for Montoya then. Especially if Schumacher was winning, like... By then I was like a teenager, so I had that effect on me, like, oh... He's winning all the time, hate him, da da da. Even though I still like Ferrari, strangely, but... Wasn't a big Schumi fan. Especially as I like Barakado as well. Because I like Stewart and Jordan, so... And that's who you drove for before you joined Ferrari. And then having Barakado be the number 2, again, I wasn't the biggest fan of that. Even though I read up on my F1 history when I was a youngster, I was like, still... Like, it was the best drivers. I got bought into that rhetoric where we got the best drivers and the best machines, blah blah blah. Like, they are the fastest cars round a circuit, no doubt about that. Having the best drivers in the world, though, every series claims that. Like, it's just marketing, basically. Like, so I don't really buy into that hype. So yeah, that's why I kind of went off Schumacher. especially when I was much older, like and we came back in 2010 and almost pushed Barrico into the wall at Hungary. Like, yeah, definitely wasn't a fan of Schumacher then. You know, I can definitely respect Schumacher, the driver. Like, he, leading that Ferrari team back to glory. With the team they had built around him as well, like. Like we've seen, was it Red Bull basically trying to do that with Verstappen as well? Doing an alright job at the moment. Like Verstappen's on that level, I think, where you can challenge Mercedes consistently, even if the car isn't quite there. But Red Bull are now consistently the main challengers to Mercedes with Verstappen, so it's going alright for them. Keep going. Get away. Remember, it's a championship, so I don't have to win this race, but I do want to finish in like the top 3. So we don't lose too much ground in the championship. So yeah, I don't have it much in car race, and I've got lots of drivers I really do like and follow. Like, it's most of the IndyCar grid as well. Like, I don't really have a favourite in IndyCars. Like, I think Bourdais is the closest I've gotten to it in recent years, and Sato. Like, I really like Sato. Hope he wins the 500 at the weekend. Even though it's Marco's year, as everyone's saying, after he got pole. Like, finally. Oh, we expected this 14 years ago, Marco. So, we're not going to get top 3, are we? No. Screwed up the right-hander. Gonna have to do a dive bomb if I want it. Got too far back. Oh, no, no. So easy to do that into the wall. God damn it. That's a bit disappointing. Should have been right up there. As a second back. So the Hondas are leading the way of the Bimotors. And then we've got newer Honda. But yeah, on the bike side, like, of course, we've got Dovi, Pedrosa. Still, there are lots of riders I'm fans of, but like in the MotoGP field, like even Zarco still, like I'm like a fan of Zarco. Like Quartararo, Marquez, I find it really hard to dislike Marquez, even though he keeps destroying everyone. Like, just this style, like. Like, that's a style that could not have worked, like, even a decade ago in MotoGP, but the new era he joined into at the same time, basically, this current era. MotoGP, like, it just. I want to say it'd be quick on anything, but it just suits into a T, these bikes. But I think you could do it on any bike. Again, it's the thing we say about different eras, like, oh, could they actually do it in this era or whatever? Like, yeah, they would have done it in that era as well. Like any driver or rider. But then you do see eras where maybe it would have suited a driver or rider better in certain type of cars or bikes. Like, I always think of one of my favourite drivers growing up, John Alacer. Like, he would have been much better in the 70s or 80s F1 car rather than the 90s and thousands he grew up with. Or 80s, 90s and thousands he raced in. Oh, we got the long... Yes! God, I'm having a shocking race it. I like how we can go on the grass and somehow gain speed and catch up as well. What the hell? God, just... I had to wait for the front end of the bike kit, annoyingly. We need to get top 5 at least here, otherwise we are out of the championship. Because the way they do the riders as well, it's always like the same riders at the front. So we might be out of it already, finishing down in 4th. But I do want to get some stars in the championship. As we're halfway through the race. So yeah, you've got Dovi, Zarco, Marquez, Quartararo. Liking Morbidelli a bit more as well. So yeah, seeing them clash at the weekend wasn't particularly fun. Seeing Zarco and Morbidelli. Or anybody, to be honest. I'm right on Vinales. Not the biggest fan of Rossi. Because again, just different areas, not growing up a fan of him as well. I can respect what he's doing now in his 40s, riding at such a level he is. So I can definitely respect the rider. Just not the biggest fan of him. It's all around the outside, not quite. God, just can't be quick round here, can we? I'm just not carrying the corner speed. Like, I like a bike that's decent on the front end. Or car as well. I'm just not getting that round it. I can fit in Petrucci, shall we say, around here, like, having the same issues as old Danilo. Yeah, I don't mind Danilo as well. Like, he's alright. There's some questionable stances. I don't really like I've seen. Questionable things he said, but then I think we've all done that, to be honest. Like, if I go back 10 years to the things I was saying and believing, like, I think what a twat I was. So... Oh, here we go. Come on. Come on, slipstream. No, it's just spray. I didn't want spray. Come on. Yes, hello, Thomas. Thanks for popping in. Oh, that's abysmal, man. 12 seconds off the pace. Down in 5th. 14 points or some stars. At least Okayama's one of our circuits, you know that, alright? We can be decent round Van Okayama. Yeah, trying to think who else I like really like in MotoGP. Like, I should like Crutchlow being a Brit, but again, he's in the middle. Like sometimes I like it, and sometimes I don't. Yeah, like Jack Miller. That's about it. Oh, Brad Binder I like. I really wanted to win the Moto2 Championship last year, but then I like Alex Marquez as well. Oh yeah, I guess I like out with Marcus as well. Yeah. Kind of not appeared this season, has he? With how poor the Honda is. Oh, hello. Kind of forgot he was in the field at the weekend. Like, him and Bradle. Did we even see him on the TV? Don't think we did. Oh no, they showed him once going through the first corner. That was it. When they showed Marcus and Bradle battling for like 14th. That's about it. Oh yeah, I like Nakagami as well. I don't mind him. But see, he's Honda's lead rider at the moment. I thought I'd never say those words at MotoGP level. Nakagami be Honda's lead rider. Man, 2020 is crazy though. He's doing a decent job on the 2019 bike. It might not have the issues the 20 bike does. So it might be actually be better to be on that bike, but he's getting the results. I know Crutcho's banged up. Marcus and Bradle are struggling. So he's kind of only their only rider really to bring home the bacon, but he's doing it at the moment. Like, actually rode a quite decent race in Austria. Because I swear he was like nowhere in the first half of that restarted race, but then towards the end I noticed he was ahead of Crutch. I think him and Crutch were running together. And he was catching like Rossi. Or was like stuck behind Rossi. I was like, where did he appear from? And where did that wing come from as well? Around the short circuit. Normally it's the long circuit we can do well. Because they do, if you go down that left hand side for the long circuit, they do rubbish down those S's. But we won on the short circuit. And hey, we're tied for third. That's more like it. Unfortunately, only got one more race left. So I don't think we can get into the title battle. Especially if it's around Frankie Cordia. I'm not going to win round here, I don't think. Especially if it's the full circuit. Oh, if it's a short circuit, I reckon we could be close. Or if they do the mixed circuit with the dirt as well, we might have a chance, but there's like it's the full one. All this time I've held in the clutch, like it is this, but when we don't do that, look at the starts we get. Oh. Okay, don't hit the curb. Curbs are big. And bad. Don't hit those. That's after this race. It's got one issue to do. As well. And then we've completed level 4. In quotation marks. I've still got to go back and actually win these volumes. Or issues. We should have most of the stars in all of them. Like, they've not been too bad for us, these. Especially this one. This has actually been pretty good for us. Oh, the green hill is going to be a tough one to get, especially the time trial I have to do around that. And I have done it before, so I can definitely do it. Oh, so we're getting pushed in. No wonder we couldn't accelerate. I was like, why am I pushing? Well, we're getting pushed by someone. So you get the treatment back, alright? Even though you're not the same person. Yeah, get some more front wheel. Oh, he's there. Oh, what? The curb has come to save us. Based curb. What the hell was that? Thank you, curb. Oh, hello. See, now I told you we can't when we just don't quite have the pace of the leader. We're in the ballpark, we're just not quite got enough. I don't want to push too hard as well, because we're guaranteeing ourselves like stars here, finishing third in the championship. And we've got someone right in our tail as well. No, my second place. Maybe if I had one more of that, we could have won this, as that was bound to happen. Oh, we do have one more lap. What? I thought it was the third lap. I'm an idiot. God. We do have a chance to win this then. But third is right on our tail. Oh, hello, leader. It's gone wide. Take the lead. Oh, we do have the base round there. Yeah, we do have the pace. I don't hear them behind to dive bomb. We're going to get third in the championship. Such a shame we had that Sugo race. Otherwise, we might have won the championship. Let's see. Yeah, 9 points back. Well, we wouldn't have won it, but we would have come second. But hey, we still got top 3. We've done some of the work. So that's the second volume complete. No issue. So we've got 21 stars. So again, we're just over halfway. So next up, the Naked Trophy. So this is where I have to censor myself, because I'll do it in the nude. When everyday motorcycles release their race to it. No one wants to see that. Alright. But yeah, I'll take another break. Thanks to Coke Zero. Hey, what's up, Anon? Thanks for coming. You joined us just in time for the final volume. So, engine, chassis, wheels. Naked bikes are reduced to the essentials, just enough to get on the track. Some consider this category as the ideal incubator for cultivating their passion, and they're not mistaken. No excess here is only what is needed to find the pure riding pleasure. A continuous dialogue between rider and bike, bend after bend. You can start to enjoy sports riding and even allow yourself some mistakes. These bikes won't betray you. For the naked bikes you've been riding before, I doubt that statement. Something magical will happen without even understanding how you would discover that very vibration transmitted to your body has brought unique sensations with it, which you won't be able to do without. Are you sure that's a bike? So we've got 5 events. So we've got time trial, we've got rain, we've got a GP. But first up, we've got Nakeds racing in the Midlands as we're round Donington. R6 bikes as well. Oh, do we not own any, or is that? Or are those the bikes we own? Oh, the Brutal. Okay, I remember these bikes now. Yeah, I think we have to go with the Brutal, unfortunately. Or should we try out the Kawasaki first? Let's try the Kawasaki, shall we? Said 1000. Oh, I don't own any. Oh, what? Oh, I have to make it a race modification. Yeah, I only announced it a few hours ago. It was a bit of a late announcement, to be honest. I should have announced it this morning, because I had planned to do this. But I was late for work, so... And... Oh yeah, we should race modify all of these, shouldn't we? Hang on, do we add another exhaust on this? Or have I just seen things? It didn't have a trim exhaust, did it, before? No, it must have. What about KTM? Oh my god, 58 grand! Oh no, it did have an exhaust. Do love you, Super Duke. But not as much as the cat. Oh my god, look at those stats now! It's gonna rip my rider's face off. I'm in administration. Is it exciting as it sounds? Unfortunately, but yeah, I'll work at a car garage doing administration. So I've learned actually quite a lot about cars and all the bits there and stuff. Oh yes, we've been race modified. Look at this, we can control everything. Oh, even steering inclination. Oh, I forget how to do this though. Makes the bike more stable. So we don't want any trail, but we want... So we want a bit of this though. It's been so long, I forget how to do it. And then... Notice we don't just have to do this, we have to... So we want to go for what makes us more responsive. So that way, and then I think this goes the other way. We don't want stiff bike. There we go. And save that. So what's it said? 1000. If you let me type. What's it? R6. And now let's get winning. Oh, look at that dash as well. Oh. It's like all digi, but it's got the feel of an old school dash with that rev. Ooh. Rev gauge. Once again, you're so poor in the first part of the lap, our opponents. But then they are much quicker in the second half, so this could get tasty. Especially I'm always rubbish in these couple of corners. It's always visibly confused. What can I say about the suspension? But these were the tactics to make the bikes quick. Oh, we're taking this chicane. Oh god. Once again, I should probably look at the layouts at the beginning. I've actually learned quite a bit about bikes as well. We've done the old bike repair for the garage, so I now know the bits on the bike. Or some of the bits. I don't remember everything. I remember when, what's it, the car mechanics thing came out like a couple of years ago. I was thinking of doing that to show off my knowledge, but then I remember I don't have much knowledge of cars or anything, so it'd just be an hour of me figuring out how to even change a wheel or something. But yeah, I might do that in the winter months. Well, I should have... It should hopefully calm down on the series front. No, we should have MotoGP all 20. Oh no, the game crashed. Oh no. Anyway. So yeah, we should have like MotoGP 20 completed in a few months. So maybe as like a Christmas special stream or something, so I might do the... Is it Car Mechanics Simulator, whatever it's called? The stream. And see if I actually know anything about cars now. So, get out of the way. Can't believe that curb just crashed the game again. Oh, terrible. Alright, third time lucky. And yeah, some series will be just streaming ones, like probably Ride 4 will be a streaming one. WRC 9 will probably be a streaming series as well. Hopefully we'll have F1 2020, my team almost complete. Like we do a season, at least. There's... Oh, hello. No, come back. I never know if you can take that kink flat out through... Oh, God, through the left-hander. Okay, I thought I braked early into there, but... It was like that bike was braking for a hairpin. Oh, Lombardi. Accelerate, man. Oh, now you accelerate. Okay, what curve did I hit? Was it this one? It's the same problem I have in iRace, and I never know how to take that final chicane. Because in iRacing, you've got massive curbs, like either side. So if you get the line slightly wrong, like you can just send your car to nowhere. But yeah, you might see more of this like midweek streaming thing. Especially when WRC9 comes out, like. Can't wait for that, so... Should definitely be... As a streaming series, that would probably be like multi-times per week. Do not read chat. To be fair, I can't get much worse in the WRC games, so... Yeah, for F1 I won't do more than 3 seasons, so... At the moment it's probably just a one and done season with my team, with how slowly I'm doing it at the moment. Oh my... Can't believe that curb almost crashed the game again. Yeah, because as much as I'm enjoying my team, it's just the time doing it, with me doing all these other series as well. Like, really, I should have completed Ride 3 ages ago, but... Got annoyed with the game. Same as happening with MotoGP 20, but I'm trying to get back on top of it now. MotoGP 20. Also, I was tempted with... What's it? The Microsoft Flight Sim, should I say. Showing that off on this channel, even though it's not really a racing game. Because it is still a simulator. I can try and barge its way through. It's got cars in it on the road when you fly over them. But yeah, some of the guys that I've had, I've already seen other people do, but Yeah, I was thinking of doing a stream of that because it just looks so relaxing as well. As yeah, easy win. First time as well. Pretty good start. As next up, Manicourse, a time attack. It'll be at 144.6 basically. And the Kawasaki probably win the best for that as well. Oh, I thought it was just upgraded to... I thought it was just standing, just been upgraded to an R6. Oh, so it's not actually that good, that bike. So let's try out the KTM. That's surprising, because the normal bike, just 58 kilograms for an engine. Bloody hell. That's lighter than most people. Probably lighter than me. As... I'm just going to get my units wrong again, which is probably right. Because I still do stuff in like stones and stuff and pounds. And fast throttle... What was I had it like that, didn't I? Oh no, it's the other way. Yeah, I don't want that up. Oh god. Car 6. Oh, that's not bad. I know, where's that position wise though? I know it's pretty tight in Junior WRC. So to probably do like 3 or 4 laps at this attempt. I've also seen that they're doing a, what's it, a dirt rally competition as well, aren't they? Beginning, what's it, next Tuesday. They're doing, finding a driver they can enter into, what's it, the electric rallycross, and then, oh, that's it, isn't it? It's electric rallycross, isn't it? And then the prize draw as well. Tempted to reinstall Dirt Rally 2 to try that out, but I don't have any space to install anything, unfortunately. I need to install some games. But then I've seen Race Room has come out with an update. That's why they've got their own competition going on with, was it Motorland Aragon's been added, the MotoGP circuit, or most famous for MotoGP. Been added, and they got a competition with the, what's it, the Volkswagen, the electric car. Crap, I've forgotten its name. But yeah, if you do well in that, or if you win it, you get, what's it, tickets to, or VOP tickets to a World Touring Car event next year. But yeah, the combo of that track and car though, very tempted to try it out as well in Race Room. That's probably the most likely thing I'll uninstall. So I'm loving Automobilista 2 at the moment, even though I have my issues with it. Oh, and they've done an update for Automobilista 2 as well. They've added the new layouts for Silverstone, so I've got to try those out and show them all. And I've still got to show off 91 and 2001 layouts as well. Oh, good smooth exit. We might get... Oh, we get the bronze time. That's not a bad banker, though. Feels like I'm riding a motocross bike with this. Just because it's a KTM, and I'm riding with... this kind of layout, which just reminds me of motocross. I need 4th to win the title. Are you... Oh, so you could definitely get that then. I'm guessing they're not too far up the road from you. I remember I was so rubbish at the Junior World Rally Championship stuff in WRC8. Okay, if I get the choice for 9, I'm probably going to start in WRC2 on this side. You know, they have changed the cars, haven't they? Or was that next season they're doing it? Because I saw John Armstrong put a video out. And he competes in the Junior WRC with a new car. Oh no, I broke myself. So we've got... Oh, god damn it, done it again. I keep thinking I can engine brake efficiently with this, but I can't. Oh, that's a legal line, nice. There you go, you can cut the grass for the first corner at Manicourt. Oh, so it's really nice the other day. I thought I'd try out online in this. There's still a few lobbies. Whereas people are still playing online on this. Which is really cool. I know it's the only type of game like this that exists for bikes. As oh, come on. And I'll restart the lap and make this a final attempt. But we gained a second there, so we can definitely get 2 stars. But yeah, it was really cool seeing people play this online. Considering the online community for like TT Man 2 kind of never existed, it seemed like. Like I could never find races online for that, unfortunately. Even though I have seen no other people who have played it online. And for MotoGP 20, they normally die out within the first like month. Like the online stuff. Same for Supercross as well. I know Supercross is different because it's American time, so I normally miss it anyway. To play it online. And I haven't tried MXGP online since like properly since like 3 when it was a mess. So oh, we're still a second up. See, remember to keep it in second this time. Oh, that's a legal line. Okay. Oh, we're 2 seconds up. Oh, we're getting towards gold territory now. Like the 3 stars. So yeah, I might show some online app off from this. Even though I think they were only riding like super bikes and stuff, but still be interesting to show off. Compare it to like MotoGP 20 online, which is meant to be much better. The milestone. You can see if it was better back then. Back, well, with this. Oh, too much aggression. No, 44.8. 3/10 down. Got to do one more attempt to. Well, you've got to be so patient for that right-hander. I remember when it's on the F1 candy and you drove around doing the F1 games, like the patience around that right-hander. Felt like it lasted forever. And I'm 6/10 down on this lap, so I don't think we're getting all 3 stars. Oh, down to half a second back. I did say this bike reminds me of a motocross bike, didn't I? Oh, only 3/10 back. If we have a good final sector, so basically if we nail this next corner, it could be very close. Well, that's better. Nah, 45.5. Damn it, won't do it on this occasion. Fun in difficulty. Every rally. Ooh. So for Monte Carlo then, out of 10. Monte Carlo is pretty fun. Apart from it's heavily snowing, then it's a pain in the arse. But I do quite like how technical it is though. So it'll probably be like, for difficulty it'd definitely be like 9 out of 10. But for fun it'd probably be like a 7 or something like that. Like there are some sections which are just, you know, hairpin back and forth, whatever. But especially on the snow is pretty fun. Even though if you get it slightly wrong, you're in big trouble. Snow is pretty good. As you got a single race in the Rec Rounds Brands Hatch. I didn't know they did real life. So it followed the real life weather forecast as well in this game. It's pretty cool. So we're in the Ducati Street Fighter. You maybe need that for Macau actually with that name, Ducati Street Fighter. Sweden. Again, difficulty will be very high because I'm rubbish in the snow. So that'll probably be another like 9 out of 10. But for fun... Not sure about it in WRC8 because I liked it in Richard Burns Rally because you could cheat with the snowbanks and be quick round on the snow in Finland. It wasn't then. With the WRC games, you're not as lucky. Or with Dirt Rally as well. And because I've got poor eyesight as well, sometimes with the lighting, I just cannot see the banks. I just drive into them like, what? Where did that come from? So probably for fun for me, it's probably like in the middle, like 5 out of 10. Because, just because of my poor eyesight really, that's why. I wish it, like I need to adjust like the contrast and stuff when I go around Sweden. And what's up next? It's Mexico, isn't it? Yeah. Mexico's great fun. Like, for fun factor, that'll probably be like, probably an 8. Because those are dusty gravel roads on mountain tops, and you got the, what's it, El Chocolat stage as well. Oh no, I shouldn't have the, what's it, the thingy like that. I know, I'm saving the setup, aren't I? And then difficulty again will be right up there, especially with that stage, because it's like, what's it, 20 kilometers? The epic stage. So what's this Street Fighter? So difficulty will probably be actually an 8 as well. What's that? So it's like pretty fun, but very difficult. Like you do have the easiest stage, like Mina Luna, like that kind of short, round 3-minute stage. Yeah, then we had them all up together for El Chocolat. Oh, you're in trouble. Yeah, Mexico. Oh, come on, man. It's a corner there. Brake for it. Oh, wait, you don't like Monty as much? Is that right? Or am I reading those numbers wrong? Like, I really like Monty, the challenge.
Like, I like it better than Dirt Rally, because Rally has those annoying ice patches as well, so... Again, not very good with those. And in general, I like the stages much better in 8 than Dirt Rally. So... it's the odd rally like Poland I really do like, and New Zealand in Dirt Rally, but... So I'm interested to see how they do New Zealand in WRC9, see how it compares. Was it France, Monaco, not Monaco, Argentina and Chile. A little bit wide. Forwards. That's a Tour de Course, isn't it? France, Corsica. Let's stop turning into me. What the hell was that build on the left hand side? Did you see that? They've got a Gothic build on the outside. It's like where the Umbrella Academy takes place or something. What the hell? But yeah, for France, fun factor's probably in the middle. Because man, those stages are a pain in the arse. And I do like... Is it Novella? Like the 5-minute long stage. Or, well, not 5-kilometer long stage. That's pretty good. But man, I hate the Epic stage. Epic stage is just a pain in the arse. So yeah, fun factor's probably like 6. And then difficulty's probably quite high, like a... It is on tarmac, which takes away a bit of the difficulty factor. But it is probably still like a 7 or 8 for me. Like, oh yeah, Tour de Course is, yeah. Yeah, you should get good results on Tour de Course. Because if you nail the stage, you're normally up there. Argentina, I love the challenge of Argentina. But then I'm not very good around Argentina, so... Yeah, Argentina's probably an 8 for difficulty, then probably 8 for fun as well, like Mexico. And then Chile... Chile's really fun. Chile might be a 9 for fun. But it might be the top out of all of them so far. And then for difficulty, it's a bit lower, I feel. Oh, it's probably a 7, 6 or 7. Because again, if you nail the stage, you are right up there. It's just the epic stage which trips me up with Chile. I know it's the one stage with... I forget it. It's the one stage... where near the beginning you have a... Well, on the reverse of the stage, so it's near the end. You have a blind... like 4 right or something, and I always miss it. Well, I forget what the stage is called now. Yeah, it's the only reason why Chile is a bit more difficult for me, because I always forget that pace note, and it always costs me... with a crash, it's like 10 to 15 seconds or whatever it is. I know it's more like 20 because you have to get going again in that section. Well, normally I don't like the rain in this, but it seems a bit of an easier race round here in Brands Hatch. Yeah, I think my first win was that Tour de Course as well, from what I remember in WRC2. Got my first WRC victory there, I remember that. Or Portugal. Difficulty's again low for Portugal, I think. That's probably like a 4 or 5 even. Like one of the least difficult rallies, but it does have tricky sections. But then I do really love Fafi, and well, actually the super short stage might be the difficult thing with Portugal, but they do have like mostly short stage with Portugal, so that's probably like a fun factor, probably like 7. Then Sardinia is difficult as hell because of our opponents, how quick they are around there. So yeah, that's probably like a 9. But in fun factors, probably in the middle. Oh, come on, why do you have a drag race? We're having a fun time here. Alright? Why are you putting a drag race in the middle? Yeah, let's try the Kawasaki. So that's probably, yeah, probably the same as you, like a 7. For like fun and in difficulty as well. Like I like Monte Lerno and stuff, like, because I liked it after they changed where the jump was. Oh, nice. Top 150. Wish I was that good. That's really good, dude. Almost top 100. I know it can be like tenths of a second though when you're up there. Like, it's now got to go into cheat mode, unfortunately, because it's a drag race. Oh yeah, I just need to load the settings, don't I? I'm an idiot. But for gearing, it goes a bit longer. And then for race options, we turn it all the way down. And in Finland fun factor is like 9. Like, that is so fun, going over the jumps at top speed. But then it also makes it so difficult, because you've got to get the rhythm right. You've got to get the flow right. I think I've compared it before to to what you do in Supercross, in the Supercross games. But you've got to get in that flow and rhythm. So, yeah, it's probably like probably a 9 as well, for difficulty as well, because you just got to time it right. And then Germany is incredibly difficult, so again, that's probably a 9 for difficulty. But it's so much fun as well, I find, Germany, because of the high speed nature of it on some of the stages, and it's just a fantastic mixture. Because you've got the vineyard roads, the country roads, and then you've got the super special Van Parselplatz. Let's really turn that to full. Oh, someone's alongside me. Oh, 2 riders are. No! Oh my god, they're so much quicker than me. Hang on. Got to get a better start. What's it? 2:16. What's the 2 something lower way? Oh, so close. Final 4, Turkey. Well, oh, Turkey's the most difficult. That's a 10 out of 10 for difficulty. And for fun factor, it's like a 3 out of 10. Like, I do not enjoy Turkey. They need to make that, because it's so rocky as well. Like, you get those. It doesn't seem like you got rocks there. Sometimes you hit them, and it just takes you out. Wales is great fun. I'll probably rank that as like an 8. But then for difficulty as well, that's probably like a 7. Because you do. Some of it is easier, like the tarmac, like Great Orme. And yeah, I suck at Wales on that. And then you have what? Oh god, I forgot the name already. Got Half N as well, which is just fun and not that too difficult, I find. And in Spain, difficulty is probably like a 6. Apart from the epic stage, which is pretty tough. But then I find that pretty fun as well. Again, it's a bit like Germany with the fun, like fast roads. Like it a bit more than in Dirt Rally. So that's probably like an 8 for fun. Oh, see, much better start. No, they didn't see overtake me. Damn it. See, it's RNG. You've got to just find the right bike. Even though it's apparently the best bike. Not good enough. Yeah, I love Spain. I really love Australia. Like, Australia's probably fun factor like 9 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love Australia. Oh, how do we get a star for that? I'll take it. Don't really understand how we got a star when it's just a semi-final. And for difficulty, that's probably like in the middle of the road, like a 5, like straight. It's not too difficult. So finally, we've got Laguna Seca GP single race. As we bring out the Brutale, the MV Agusta, milestone concept, Brutale 800. Yeah, I really love Australia. I normally go really well around Australia. Right, no problem, man. Thanks for sharing yours as well. It's interesting seeing how different it is. Like, but yeah, I hope you have a good night. That's a nice thing about streaming as well. I've seen different opinions and stuff. And you can react in real time rather than me responding like 12 hours later like I normally do. Yeah, I'll definitely be streaming this weekend, so I'll probably have a post going up on Friday, same when I'll stream at the weekend. Well, you haven't missed much. I was just ranting about MotoGP for the most part, so about what happened at the weekend. Here we go. I think this is the final race as well. Well, the last spot's kind of blown by. Oh, I kept anti-wheelie on. I'm an idiot. Hang on. I kept all the settings from the drag race. And then we turn up the difficulty a bit. There we go, 85%. Oh, he's got a similar dash to the KTM. This, it's pretty cool. Oh, that's not too much of a dive, is it? Oh, it's still upright. Oh, do not go down the first. I forget we're in that territory now where you can't really use first gear on the bikes now because they're a bit too powerful. Like, especially you see that on the super bikes. That you might need to go down to first for the engine braking, but you have to go immediately back up the second. Oh, the old corkscrew. I still don't really know how to take that in this. Like, I know we're quicker than our opponents, but it still doesn't feel quick to me. Like, there's still probably leaving, like, at most half a second there. Oh, God. Even more than half a second there. Surprised I didn't get taked out by a second. Pleasantly surprised by that as well. Normally you do. So that's going to fly by as well. Be like Donington. It's all a bit wide. Do a cut back behind? No. Oh god, going wide everywhere now. I get a little bit of confidence. Start messing up everywhere. But that's good through that corner. We slowed down second through there. Like, we kind of held the brake. Oh god. No! There goes victory. Really gonna have to force our way back through the field now. As I said, force our way back through the field. Oh, third, you're leaving the door open, mate. Excuse me, got a leader to catch. That is not how you do that. Okay, we've got to try down the inside it. How is that even legal? Oh, down the inside. Oh god, we're winning. After falling almost exactly a lap ago. Bit wider than the final call, we don't mind. Another victory on the board. Hang on, have we completed most of this issue? Might have to go back and do the drag race. As comfortably quicker. Should have used the MV Augusta before. So yeah, 18. Oh, yeah, we got silver and Manicourt as well. So not quite. We'll try one more attempt at the drag race though. I want to try out the different bikes. See, there's another bike which is better. Try out the KTM. We'll basically try it with every bike, see which one is best. Yeah. So, apply settings. Gears. Probably need it a touch longer. And then we've got to change the race options. So, anti-wheelie full. And put it down to very easy. But yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed the ride free. Once again, as we're getting towards the crunch end now. Like, level 5 is like the biggest level by far. Oh god, this is not the bike. Bye everyone. Bye. Do want to see which wins though, because that'd be the bike we have to choose. Oh, they're saying the Brutal. Alright. Should we try the Street Fighter first and then we can just go to the loan cars for the final attempt? But yeah, I'll be back with more Ride Free on Friday as we do the special volume for, what's it, the Yamaha, isn't it, at the end of this? But tomorrow will be MotoGP as we do Brno. Can't guarantee the time it'll be up though because that'll probably take some recording to be honest. As Brno is a pretty tough circuit. As that's probably short on gearing, isn't it? That one. Oh, it's powering through for second. Come on, Ducati. Perfect on gearing. That is not bad. As what? The Kawasaki's at the top now. Come on. Has he made it to the final though? I mean, I don't mind the glitch that we got a bronze, but yeah, it still feels a bit weird getting that. As oh yeah, we've got to apply all the settings again. I have no idea why. I don't know why they have this as like a separate event. I guess that's what causes that glitch, why you get a bronze, like 1 star. Or a much more aggressive start. As we're leading the way. No, have we done it on the Ducati? Oh, yes! Okay, I didn't expect that. I thought we'd have to go to the MV Agusta. But faithful Ducati. 4.7! Oh, come on. You can see we didn't have a MV Agusta in there, though. So that probably would have beaten us if it was in there. But we'll take the gold. And we'll almost take the issue there. But that was a decent 3 issues, though. Like, even the North Cypher, I didn't mind. But definitely enjoyed the Japan versus Italy head-to-head and the Naked Trophy as well. That was surprisingly fun, the Naked bike. So, yeah, next time, on Friday, we come in the Yamaha YZF R1 History and Evolution special. Has I try and 100% that, so you'll just see when I get all of the stars. And then be back to normal difficulty as well, so it might take some time for me to do that. But at the weekend, we're going up a level. We're going to level 5 as we begin with the golden age of racing. The bikes that ignited GPs in the early thousands. And then we've got the Superbike GP Trophy. The fastest racing bikes conquer the GP circuits. And in Phyllis Arts, modern sport bikes road to the limit on road racing tracks. And there might be another stream at the weekend as well. Or we might have a longer stream to do like 5 volumes. And then we might have a stream which includes the next 3. Because you may notice there's 268 stars here. When speed without endurance isn't enough. So I have no idea what's in that. That might be multiple streams. So it might be a bit of a longer stream at the weekend. So we can do at least half of these issues then. So we might do, because Sport Tours and it's like a short one. And Hyper Naked Bikes Test Drive and it's short as well. So Sporty Style on the Hunt for Adventure as well. So I reckon there's a championship there and there as well. And then normal events. And then we've got championships and these ones. And maybe this as well, but maybe a couple championships as well in these. And then normal events, and then championships galore in this one, and really long races maybe. And then the issue with that is the Honda CBR History and Evolution. So that is level 5, which we're looking forward to this weekend. But like I said, tomorrow MotoGP Brno. And then the special episode for the Yamaha YZF R1 on Friday. And then more ride free streaming at the weekend, along with Automobilista 2. As I mentioned, there was an update adding in some new circuits for Silverstone, some kind of hot fixes as well. So definitely want to try that out and show off those. And yeah, that's probably what to expect this week. Oh yeah, F1 2020 as well, my team. We've got to somehow fit in Vietnam too. That might come Friday though. Probably will be actually if I want to be streaming quite a bit. So that'll probably come Monday, instead. So, yeah, maybe watch out for the weekend, but probably Monday. Now I was thinking about how much I'm trying to stream and everything. So, thanks for watching. And, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow with MotoGP.